Morning. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Marcus Luttrell. Marcus Luttrell is somebody that I believe to be a true American hero, and he's a big idol for me. Somebody who has overcome tremendous adversity in his life and been able to take that and make something pretty extraordinary out of it, and somebody who's impacted me. And so I want to explain a little bit about his background and then tell you how he did impact my life. So who is Marcus Luttrell? Marcus Luttrell is a decorated United States Navy SEAL who is best known for having a large part in the operation gone wrong called Operation Red Wings. He is the author of the best-selling novel Lone Survivor, and now works as a motivational speaker, runs the Lone Survivor Foundation, which is known for helping veterans who have PTSD or other combat-related illnesses and helping them get back on track. So a little bit about his background. Marcus was born in Houston, Texas in November of 1975. He's been training for the SEALs at 14 with his twin brother, with a neighbor of theirs that was a decorated U.S. Army soldier and was helping them get physically ready and mentally ready to be able to attend the United States Navy SEALs training. He loved to hunt and fish as a child and graduated from Huntsville High School and attended Sam Houston State University, where he obtained his bachelor's degree before he went into the United States Navy. His military career, he joined the Navy in 1999, completed BUDS or Basic Underwater Demolition Training, and graduated 18 Delta in 2001, which made him the team medic. June 28th of 2005, he was assigned to SEAL Team 10 and was a part of the Operation Red Wings. During this operation, he would actually end up losing his entire team who were killed in action, and he would be the only survivor of that entire mission. So Operation Red Wings. Operation was to capture or kill a high-value target that was responsible for the death of hundreds of United States forces. The target that they were actually looking for was responsible for planting what is called an IED, or an improvised explosive device. This device was planted along major routes that U.S. forces were taking, and would be exploded or detonated on impact, once U.S. forces crossed it, or sometimes if U.S. forces drove over it and there was enough pressure to set the device off, and it would kill hundreds of people. Not only U.S. forces, but locals as well. So in the operation, they were actually compromised by local farmers with ties to Al-Qaeda. During them being compromised, the entire team would be killed in action after taking a long and tireless fight to the Taliban terrorists, and Luttrell would be the only one to actually survive. Locals actually took Luttrell in, and this was a big part of his survival until the Allies could retrieve him and get him home. One of the things that he actually talks about in his book and on a lot of his speeches is the amount of damage his body took. During this fight, some of just a few that he actually experienced was a broken back. He bit his tongue off. He was shot in the back, and he had shrapnel throughout his body. One of the big things that I think hit me when I would hear him speak is he talks about how he had pretty much almost felt like he had to give up, and finally told himself, there's no way I'm going to die in this land, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to survive. He grabbed a rock, drew a line in the sand, and would crawl to that line and say that if his feet passed it and he was still alive, he would continue to crawl. He actually did that for 7 miles before he was picked up by those locals, who actually took him in, dressed his wounds, and took care of him until the Allies could get there to actually bring him home. So overcoming obstacles, some of the things that he's done after going through, in my opinion, the worst experience you could possibly imagine in his military career, Luttrell was able to overcome these exterior and interior wounds and turn them into something good. He wrote the best-selling novel that would eventually go on to be a hit in Hollywood, Lone Survivor. After that, he started the Lone Survivor Foundation, and has been utilizing that to help these veterans get back on their feet and be able to transition from military life to a civilian life and be able to continue on and channel those basically inner demons, if you will, that they have acquired over their military career. And for that, I mean, that's a huge deal for him, because he has his own that he's dealing with, and he's still able to take that and make it something good for others. So the impact he's had on me. Marcus Luttrell has set goals his entire life from an early age, and he's always accomplished those goals because he has the never quit attitude. He has always been somebody who, if he has a goal or if there's something he wants, he's going to achieve it. And if he runs into an obstacle along the way, he'll find another way to be able to go around that and still achieve his goal. Through his determination, his work ethic, I found myself that I could achieve any goal that I set out. During my military career, there was times where I felt there's no way I could make this. There's no way I'm going to accomplish. Even basic training alone, I was young and homesick and not in the best shape, and I kept telling myself I'm not going to make it. But I would go back and I would remember how Marcus Luttrell went through everything he went through and sustained all the injuries that he sustained, and he never quit. He never gave up. And I would tell myself that, and I read that book over and over again throughout that entire time I was in basic training, and I came out being in the top of my class and graduated and was able to make a very good career out of my military time. So I do hold a lot of that to Marcus Luttrell. I think that he helped me through a lot of that. So that's one of the big reasons why I hold it dear to my heart when it comes to him. After seeing and hearing of the injuries he sustained and that he did not give up, he continued to fight, I felt there was absolutely no pain or obstacle that could come close enough to keep me from any of my accomplishments. And then, of course, the biggest thing for me was actually meeting Marcus Luttrell when I was in the military. That was the highlight of my military career. I was able to sit down, shake his hand, talk with him, hear him speak in person, and it's like no other. You can read a book, you can watch a movie, but to actually see him in person and hear it and feel how he felt whenever he speaks, it is there's nothing that can top that. This quote is one of my favorites from Marcus Luttrell. It really shows the type of person he is and how he will always make sure that his accomplishments are met and that he's a team player and his love for one another when it comes to his team. And it says, I will never quit. I persevere and thrive on adversity. My nation expects me to be physically harder and mentally stronger than my enemies. If knocked down, I will get back up every time. I will draw on every remaining ounce of strength to protect my teammates and to accomplish our mission. I am never out of the fight. That right there is what I would say is Marcus Luttrell all day long. That is him as a whole. I mean, he always talks about how his teammates are the most important thing in his life. To this day, even on June 25th of every year, he has to basically take a break from everything, and he focuses on remembering his buddies that he lost that day. And it goes back to all of us. I think as a team, whether it's football or any other sport, or if it's the military, or even just in your job, your team is everything. If you work together as a whole and you persevere as a team, then anything can be accomplished. So this is my works cited page, and that's going to be the conclusion of my speech for today. I hope that with what I've talked to you about, maybe this will make you want to go out and learn a little bit more about Marcus Luttrell and learn how his military career was, and just kind of get an understanding of all the military personnel out there and learn a little bit more about them.